guys, so from the title of this video, I'm sure you already know what this video is going to be about. This is my huge book haul video. I'm so excited because I don't think I've bought this many books before. Don't get me wrong, I didn't buy them once. I got them over a couple of months. So my birthday was in May, and in March I decided to buy books to match how old I was becoming, right? Mini 30 something books. So I reached out to the vendor I usually buy books from. So I buy books from a lot of people, but this particular business, they have like affordable books. I'm in Lagos and they're in Abuja, so I buy, as in to show you how affordable they are or how good their books are, I buy all the way from Abuja. And I reached out to them and I sent a list of books asking for the prices, and they sent back prices. Most of them were in between like 12 to 15,000 naira, and one in particular, one that I really wanted, was 27,000 naira. So of course I aborted the mission, like 27,000 naira for one book, and the rest are like above like that price. Ridiculous, right? So I aborted the mission, and yeah, but look at me now, 62 books, crazy. Okay guys, let's start the haul. So the first books I want to show you are by Chimamanda. So in my last video I was explaining that she had some small books. These are the small books she had. I had them at home. I'm back home. So we have Notes on Grief, we have We Should All Be Feminists, and we have Dear Ijewele, and then we also have That Thing Around Your Neck. So I have most of her books, but I'm trying to collect all the books in this print, this Ankara print. I think they are so pretty. Ankara print, right? Yeah, so I have these guys. I can't wait to read them. Yeah, so the next book I have is Ogadimma. I don't really know the storyline of this book, but I know it's a typical Nigerian African book about women, where the woman goes through like so much. I just finished reading Tomorrow I Become a Woman, and there are characters in this book that I'm so angry at. Yes, and I heard this is just like that, so I'm looking forward to reading it. Yeah, I'm excited to read it to see what it's going to be like, but I also heard it's really good. I forgot to mention, guys, this is going to be a long video. Look at all these books. So grab lunch or dinner, whatever you're having now, grab a drink, a snack, whatever, and yeah, have fun with me. So the next book I have is Tomorrow Died Yesterday. This is my second book by Chimamanda Garrix. I have one of his other books, The Broken People's Playlist or something like that. I heard that's really good. I haven't read that one too, but when I saw this, I was like, if you have his first book and everyone says he's exceptional, why don't you just get the second one? So I got the second one. I'm looking forward to it. I think there's a bookmark. Oh, it's a cute bookmark. I got this from the book peddler. This is cute. Okay, the next book, this is a Little Life. This is my most anticipated read of 2024. I've been looking forward to reading this book for a long time, but I'm so scared. So the only thing I know about this book is that the writing is awesome and that you cry. No, not cry, you weep. Like you weep. That's all I know about this book. So I'm so scared to read it. I like to feel stuff in books and I like to cry in books, but I'm scared that it's just going to be hype. Like it's not going to be that good. But I'm probably going to read it next month. I'm so scared. But yeah, A Little Life. Then the next book I got is this biography, I think. Yeah, biography of Elon Musk. You guys will not know, or you can't imagine the amount of fights, not fights, but arguments I've gotten into because of this man. I love Elon so much. Most of my friends don't agree with some things, but so we argue and argue and argue. So I felt like, why not? If you love him so much, why just get a book of his? I actually have his mom's book. I can't find it, but I have his mom's book on my shelf, and obviously I know I'm going to know most of the stories that are going to be in this book, but why not? I got this from a thrift store in Abuja. Yeah, so these are the other two I got from that same thrift store. I got The Hobbit. um so I have watched the Lord of the Rings over and over again, but I haven't read the books. So I'm trying to collect everything. So this is The Hobbit, which comes, obviously was written after, but it comes before Lord of the Rings. So I'm trying to collect everything so I can read and know. So then this one, oops. Then The Guest List by Lucy Foley. The Guest List, I think there was a wedding. Let me see. So it says old friends, past grudges, happy families, hidden jealousies, 13 guests, one body. One guest won't leave this wedding alive. So I think it's a mystery. Someone died at the party and they're trying to figure out who it was. Looking forward to reading this. Then we went into the books I got from The Works. The Works is a store. I haven't been there. It's a store in the UK. It's not a bookstore, but they sell books, a lot of books, and their books are so affordable. I got these books for £5 each, and then they also have some for 3 for 6, like ridiculous prices like that. Like, yeah. So I got these four. The first one I got was, oops, none of this is true. I've already read this. I read this for book club, my sisters, in June, I think. This is a very crazy book. So it's about two women who met at a restaurant where they were celebrating their birthday. So they were born on the same day in the same hospital, and they were celebrating their birthday in the same restaurant. So they met and then they became acquaintances. Their lives revolved around each other and stuff happened. You should read this book. It's so good. Then The Locked Door by Frida McFadden. Obviously I haven't read it. I have two of her other books, The Housemaid and then The Housemaid's Secrets. Those were phenomenal. 4 stars, 4.5 stars. So I'm looking forward to reading The Locked Door. Then Happy Place. This is my first sprayed edge book. Obviously it's not like, they're not designs, but it's my first sprayed edge book. Yeah, so Happy Place by Emily Henry. I think this was the first book I read of hers and I was in love, and now she's one of my favorite writers. She's one of my favorite writers. I really love this book. I usually hate the miscommunication trope, but it wasn't so bad in this book. So read it. Reckless is my second most anticipated read of 2024. I read Powerless and I loved it. So when this came out, I called my sister. I told her, run to the works and get this book for me. Look at the sprayed edge, so good. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading the second book. There's also a novella in between the first and the second. I think that's called Powerful. I haven't read that one, but I'm going to read this very, 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 very soon. So we've gotten to the books that I got from book outlets. This was a free book in the box, The Chronicles of Narnia. I think this is book 2. Yeah. So they were doing a sale, a $5.99 sale, $5.99 on most of their books. So there was no way I wasn't going to get some. So this was the first one I got. This book was the book that made me change my mind about the birthday stuff I was going to do. This was the 27,000 naira book that I got for $5.99. So I'm so happy about it. See how pretty it is. I'm going to take off the dust jacket. Wow. So I don't really know anything about this book, and I'm not going to read the synopsis for you guys because I don't want to spoil it for myself. But I've heard a lot of good things about it. Like people say it's so good. This one, that one, that one, that one, that one. It's a good fantasy book. I'm really into fantasy these days, so I'm really looking forward to reading this. Then the second one I got was Mame. So all the books, like hardcover, paperback, everything, $5.99. Crazy. So the second one I got was Mame. I already read this and I really, really liked it. I loved the writing style. It was like reading her diary. I really liked it. So it was about a girl that lived in the UK with her Ghanaian parents. So it just spoke about all her struggles as a responsible daughter in the family, relationships, friendships. It was so good. You should read this book. Then the next book I got was Hello Stranger. So I read The Bodyguard by this lady, and I loved it. The banter was off the roof, like it was so good. So if this book is anything like that one, I'm gonna love this one too. Then the next book I got was The Winners by Frederick Backman. Your girl went and bought the book 3 of a series. This is book 3 or book 2? Book 3 of a series without reading one or two, or without even having one or two. Bear Town is the first book. I don't have that, but I mistakenly bought this one, but I don't regret it. So I'm gonna buy the rest or read the rest and then get on this one. The next book I got is Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. So there are two writers that they write together. So this book is the book that I've heard that it's the romance book of the century, right? People say it's so good, blah blah blah, but I've been beaten by book talk before. I've been disappointed by book talk before. So I'm not really, I still expect a lot, and I'm hoping I love it. I want to really love it. So yeah, that's this one, Love and Other Words. Then the next book I got is One True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid. You guys, I'm sure you people are tired of hearing this name. I love her so much. One True Loves. I haven't read this one, but I listened to like the first chapter, and then I found out they were doing a sale. Like, of course, I'm gonna buy it instead. So this book is about a woman that got married to her first love, I think. Her first love, they were married for like a year, and then her husband disappeared. And years after, she finally picked up her life back together, and then she was engaged to someone else. And guess what? He was back. He came back. Well, as in, like, how entertaining is this going to be? I can't wait to read this. Yeah. Okay, guys, so we've gotten to the books that I got for my actual birthday. These were for my sisters. First one was Miss Bond series. I have a video. I think was my first video or my second video about my birthday. I have a whole video on these books, unboxing and everything. I'll link that below. So Brandon Sanderson is like the fantasy guy you should read about, or you should read his books. Yeah. So Miss Bond series is the first one, and I also got Freddie Backman again. I got Anxious People for my other sister, and Carrie Soto is what they keep saying, that Carrie Soto is back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I've read this before. Amazing. Then also Brandon Sanderson, The Lost Metal. Yeah. I think this is like the book 6 in this series. I still have to get 4 and 5. So I love taking walks, and on one of my walks, I found a free library. So how they work is that you just exchange books. So I dropped 2 of my books and got these 2. The Couple Next Door. I don't know what this is about, but I think it's going to be good. And I also got Behind Her Eyes. So I've seen the series on Netflix. It is so good. If you haven't seen it, you need to go and watch it. Or you can also read the book if you prefer books. So I've watched it, but I think I'm going to read this book and then watch again and then compare the 2 of them to see which I like more. Then The Vanishing Half. I read this in June. My sister had 2 copies of this and she gave me one. About 2 sisters, twin sisters that they were so close, but then they got separated and lived separate lives. They had children. It's so good. You should read it. Yeah. Then we have the Shadow and Bone trilogy. I was so excited to find this book. So I go to the library a lot. And one day I went to the library and decided to like check the back. So in some public libraries, they usually sell books, not all, but some. So I just decided, something just told me, just go to the back and see what they have. And I went to the back and I saw that they had some books for sale. So this whole box set was just $6. And I think everything is still in perfect condition, like the books themselves. Perfect condition. So I was so happy. So I also have Crooked Kingdom and 6 of Crows. They are in the same universe as Shadow and Bone. I've seen season 1 and 2 of Shadow and Bone on Netflix. So good, very good. So I knew there was no way I could not get the books. I got Then I also got Water for Elephant at the library, $1. Ridiculous. Yeah, so I don't know anything about this. My sister has seen the movie and said it's very good. So I'm looking forward to reading it. Then I got these two books. So one of my friends got this for me. Thank you, Tosin. So she got this for me, and we plan to read it together. So when I saw this, I knew I had to get it. So the only thing I know about him is that he writes amazing books, but he also writes books that will make you cry. And you know me, I'm a sucker for books like that. So I was so happy. So I'm looking forward to reading these two books. Okay, so we've gotten to the books that I got from thrift stores. So one, you might see all these books and say, "Oh, she's wasteful. Why is she buying this many books?" All these were bought secondhand. So I think like 30% of all the books I own were bought from thrift stores, both in Nigeria and also in America. So I go to Goodwill a lot for books. They have their paperbacks are 99 cents, I think, and then hardbacks are 130, $1 30 cents, which is very cheap. And then you get like books in prime condition, like prime condition. So like if you are trying to build your library and you don't want to spend, because books are so expensive and you don't want to spend so much, thrift stores. And there are also a lot of stores like that in Nigeria. To on Instagram, there's 1K bookstores, I think, bookstore. There is Novel something 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 in Abuja, where I got the Elon ones from. Like there are so many options you have to read, because books are like new books are so expensive. So what you do is just go check the spines, smell it, look for stuff on it. If everything looks good, buy it, and then you have your books. Yeah, so these are the books I got from thrift stores. Yeah, I also got Outliers. I've listened to this book before and I really liked it. So when I saw it on the shelf at Goodwill, I needed to pick it up. Then, as I said before, I'm buying all the Frederick Backman books I see. This was the first one I ever got myself. My grandmother asked me to tell you she's sorry. How cute is that? Like, I have no idea what he writes about. Like, I don't know his style. I don't know anything, but I'm just buying all his books I find. Yeah, so that's that. Then I got Between Sisters by Christine Hanna. So I think she's a really OG writer, but people are like just getting to know her. I just found out about her with The Nightingale. People really love that book, said it's like it makes you cry. There's also Firefly Lane that has a show on Netflix. I haven't seen that yet. So Between Sisters, I love sibling books. So like I knew I had to get it. Yeah, so that's that. Then Pride and Prejudice is the classic. I haven't read it. I don't think I read it in school, but I haven't read it. So that's that. Handmaid's Tale. So this book, there's a show on Hulu, I think. It's about, so it's set in the future America, where there's a class system. There's some women, some handmaids who help people in having babies. Yeah, so I heard it's a really good one. So I'm going to read that. 99 cents and see how good it is. It will have silver edge. Goodwill is the place, guys. Then I got the Mortal Instrument series. I know I didn't like the last Cassandra Clare book I read, but I heard these guys are amazing. And on TikTok, like I see like clips of scenes from the show. I've watched season 1 of the show and I really like this. So I'm gonna read the books and then watch the show and see how they match. Like see how awesome they are. Guys, I found these books for less than $6, all of them. So I think there's a 6th book I didn't find, but immediately I saw this, I knew I had to get it because I knew someone else was going to get it if I didn't get it that day. So yeah, this guys. Ooh. Hi guys, so I had already finished my video just for me to realize that my microphone was dead. So I have to do some of the books over again. So we have the storied life of AJ Fikri, written by Gabrielle Zevin. So she's also the writer of Tomorrow, Tomorrow, and Tomorrow, which I absolutely loved. That book was so good. So and then this book is about a bookstore owner. So no one had to like convince me to buy this book. I just knew I had to get it. And then we have 1984 by George Orwell. This is also another classic. As I said, I'm building my classics collection. So I knew I had to buy this. And then we have The Secret History. So everyone says that if you want to get into that academia, you need to read The Secret History. And I have no idea what that genre is about, but I saw it and I decided to get it. Then we have Redeeming Love. So this book, immediately I saw it, it just sparked a recognition in me. Like I knew I had seen it somewhere or I had read it and it was so good. Immediately I saw it, I knew I had to get it. Obviously I know who Francine Rivers is. I've read some of her books. Some I liked, some I didn't like, but this one in particular was like I think it's very popular or something. There's something about this book. So when I saw it, I knew I had to buy it. Then we have, and then there were none. So I've recently gotten into mystery and thriller, and I heard that Agatha Christie. I just found out about her, but I learned that she's the queen of mystery, and yeah. So and I heard that this is her best book, so I knew that I had to get this one. So when I saw it, I jumped at it. Then we have this one. I think this is also a classic. I'm not sure. I heard it's also sad. Those are the two things I need. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to reading this. Then we have the last thing he told me. I know nothing about this book, but I have seen it on people's like reels and lists and stuff, and people like it. Like they say good things about it. So I'm like, let me see what it's about. And then obviously I'm in my mystery era, so let me see what it's about. And then the last book I got from Goodwill was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. So obviously everyone knows I'm a Harry Potter girly. I speak about Harry Potter all the time. And I've been building my collection. So I read it in secondary school a long time ago. And I didn't have the books. I read it in school. So I've been building my collection and I have everything apart from this one. So I have a different edition. They're in paperback, and I've been looking for the last book for the longest time. When I saw this, I just told myself to just buy it, and I'm so happy I bought it. 130 guys, $1.30. I see how good it looks. Like perfect condition. Okay, guys. So I got these guys from another store. They were slightly more than they were slightly pricier than what I found at Goodwill. So the prices started from $1.99 to $3.99. So I got this one, Take My Hand. This is the first book I've ever bought in my life that I know nothing about. Like I haven't seen it anywhere. I haven't heard about it. I have nothing, and I bought it. But when I bought it and I got home and researched on it and then found that it was very, very popular. So I'm like, thank God. Then I got Normal People by Sally Rooney. This is a very popular book, or this used to be a popular book. There's also a show on Hulu. Some people love it, some people don't. So I'm hoping I love it. That's that. And then we have The Girl Who Played with Fire. These are, I think, I won't say it's a classic, but it's an OG book. I have the first one, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, which everyone has heard about, but I haven't read it yet. And I saw book two and like, why not? So I bought this one too. Same thing with this one. I have book one of Hunger Games. I've also watched the movie, just the first movie, and so it's so weird. Like if you find most people that like fantasy or like sci-fi or love Harry Potter, they started with like Hunger Games, Harry Potter, Percy Jackson. I've never read Hunger Games before. Even Divergent, I haven't read that before. So I told myself, okay, just read the book so you can watch the movie. And they told me I found book 3 and thought it was book 2. So I have book 1 and book 3. Hopefully I find book 2 soon. That's that. Then I also got from scratch. This has a show on Netflix. I haven't seen the show because I'm so scared. It's a very sad show. I didn't even know there was a book. So immediately I saw the book, I was like, Mama, just buy it. Just be brave and buy it. Like, oh, because I know it's very, 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 very sad. So yeah, so I bought it. I plan to read the book, then watch the movie and compare. I want to do a series where I read a lot of books that have shows or movies and then compare the two of them and see which is better. Because most times the books are always way better. So I want to just see, like, do my research and see if movies can be better or shows can be better. Then I also got Hello Beautiful. I know nothing about this book, but I see it everywhere on Instagram and on Book Talk. It's on everyone's list. So looking forward to reading it. Then I also got Home, Going, and Transcendent Kingdom by Yai Gassi. I have Homegoing. I have Homegoing for book club in I think November or so. But it's a very popular African book. People say it's very sad. Oh my god, you guys, I'm okay. I just like sad books, but I'm okay. Like I like to feel emotions, whether it's happiness or sadness. If there's a happy book, I'm happy to read it too. So this one I heard is very sad. Yeah, but it's also a very good book. So I saw this beside this. I knew that you should get the two together, right? So that's all, guys. These are all the books I have. New books I have. I think there are 62 in total. I'm looking forward to arranging them on my shelf. I think I'm going to do a video where I organize my shelf and then maybe give you guys a book tour. Hopefully, I'm not sure if this space on my shelf is going to be enough, but we'll see how that goes. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. What else I want to say? Have a great week. Bye. Like and subscribe. Bye.